they got it bumping.
Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to Boot to the Face. Let's try that again. Welcome to Boot to the Face here on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host EJ Reed, and we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling and also tell you everything we did this weekend, which included an indie show that I went to. How you doing, EJ?
You know, still recovering from this past weekend, but you know, besides that, all is well.
What'd you do this weekend you need to recover from?
Well, as we previewed last weekend, both of us were out there in Vegas for Covino and Rich convention. So
Las Vegas. For you, maybe.
Yeah, you are still on your regimen and your routine, so you still have a week or two left, right?
2 weeks, exactly.
I feel like once your 2 weeks is over, you probably won't even barely drink.
I mean, you know, so full disclosure for people that don't know, I wasn't drinking on our trip to Vegas this week, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I just kind of turned down a couple of them and never bought any. Like, it was easy. I was just drinking water everywhere we were. I was looking at the pictures today, like damn near every picture I'm in, I have a bottle of water in my hand.
You know, got to stay hydrated out there in the desert.
Oh, fuck, yeah. That shit was rough. 110. We got off the airplane and left the airport, and it was like the heat just fucking took your breath away. And it was like a dry heat, so you weren't sweating, but it was extremely hot, unfiltered sun out in the desert. But a tale of two trips to Vegas. You know, Mania, I came back and I was feeling gross, and like that's what started this whole 75 hard thing. This time I come back and I lost weight while I was in Vegas.
It's always a good thing. A lot of walking.
Fuck yeah. Well, I was still doing my 2 workouts plus all the walking we were doing. Like, I think a couple times I got like real close to 20,000 steps.
Damn, that's a lot of damn steps.
Well, I did a 45-minute walk
you got out
every day. Plus I did a workout and then all the other walking.
I was about to say, you got out there Wednesday, didn't you?
Yeah, Wednesday night. We got there pretty late Wednesday night. We had like a delay on our flight, and then we got to Vegas, checked into Mandalay Bay. Thursday, wasn't a lot of people in town, so what did we do Thursday? We went to the Mandalay Bay Beach pool, and then Robin White and his wife Tabitha came in about 8 o'clock Thursday. We met up with them for dinner, and then we went out and had a couple drinks. Then we called it a night, and then Friday, what was Friday? Friday we did, we did Stadium Swim. We did the pool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday we did pool, and we went to the top of Legacy Club Friday night. Saw a bunch of people that we knew, partied. EJ partied a lot harder than I did, but still a lot of fun. When did you leave? Did you leave Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon?
Sunday, 2-ish p.m. was when my flight left, so I started making my way to the airport like around little afternoon. I think I got an Uber. You know.
Yeah. We left.
It was good.
We left in the middle of the party Saturday night, which was a good and a bad thing. It was good because we got the flight over with. I think we flew out of Vegas at like 11:30, so We landed back here probably 3 o'clock a.m. Vegas time. So about the time y'all were leaving the Cat's Meow, we were touching down. Came home and slept for a couple hours, got up, went to the gym, and then just kind of chilled, watching TV, dreading to go to work the next day. But it was cool because it was my first red eye. I kind of liked it. But I didn't like seeing all the fun that was being had while I wasn't there. Karaoke looked like it was probably the most fun thing that happened that weekend.
Yeah, karaoke had a nice fun vibe to it. But yeah, those, I used to take red eyes all the time before the pandemic, and then they kind of cut them out. But now they're starting them up again. I think I've taken one or two since they started doing the red eyes. It's always pretty clutch. You go to sleep if you can't sleep on the plane, and you wake up and you're at your destination. And it's usually morning time, especially if you're coming over from West Coast.
Dog. We landed 6 something here, but let me tell you about this takeoff. So it was windy in Vegas all weekend. Like the night we were up on Legacy Club rooftop, it was real windy. We took off, and as soon as we left the ground, you can feel the plane just start like shaking and moving and just boom, boom, boom. You get like, you're in your seat doing this shit, like going up and down. And I'm just like, oh my God. And this little boy behind me starts crying. Like crying. Mom, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Damn.
I'm like, I feel you, dog. I don't want to die either. Shit. But after about 20 minutes, it took about 20 minutes for us to get past like all the wind and the clouds and shit like that. And after that, it was like on and off sleep. I was trying to watch, you showed me how to download wrestling shows on my phone. So I was trying to watch SmackDown, watching John Cena cut up CM Punk, which we'll talk about later. And I was just kind of dozing off. We landed about 6 a.m. and drove on home at 7. Stopped by McDonald's, grabbed a breakfast.
Yeah.
Took a good nap.
Get a McGriddle?
No, I got eggs and sausage, and gave the biscuit to my girlfriend, and I had 2 hot cakes, 3 that comes with it. So that was like all of my fucking carbs and calories that day. But it was worth it.
Those McDonald's sausages hit different.
Yeah, but we were out there for Covino and Rich. It was a good time seeing them, meeting a bunch of people we don't know or haven't met yet.
Yeah. A lot of crossover between like 80 Proof and people we know out there and Blue to the Face.
Yeah, it really was.
Happy family.
It was.
And like you said, go ahead.
I was going to say it was odd just like walking and having random people be like, Rucker. Like, hey. And then they have to introduce themselves like, oh, okay, I know you. But yeah, I'm not good with faces and names, like matching them up like that. But I mean, it ain't hard. Well, I was going to say it ain't hard for the black people in the group to stand out, but I guess it was because you got mixed up with other black people the whole fucking trip.
I think it was out of laziness though, because people kept calling me Lonnie. Lonnie's like 4 inches taller than me.
I didn't realize that motherfucker was that tall.
Alike. Yeah, Lonnie's a tall guy, and there's only 4 that I could think. Oh, 4 dudes, and so I don't know. They just, like I said, it's being lazy. Like it's only a couple black people out here. You happen to call me the only other one out there. Me, you, and Lonnie and Black Ice.
I feel like it was only like 5 of us black people. I feel like there was a lot of color there.
There was a lot of Latino representation. Shout out to homeboy Daniel Javier Fitz. And
yeah, a lot more color than I thought was going to be there.
Yeah.
And as we talked about last week, DC reached out to me, Damien, that we met in Vegas. He's like, man, I wish I was going because it'd be funny to see you like calling people out. But that's the thing. The people that were the loudest, like shit talking and people I didn't think I'd get along with, those people don't show up to stuff like that.
No, they don't, boy. If they do, they're a lot more quiet in person than what they are online. And
exactly.
I'll leave it at that. But yeah, like you said, overall it was good seen faces. You know what? It's like you said, sometimes you can't match the face with the name, but a lot of times, like, you'll see their name online, you don't really even see their face like that. And then, like you said, a lot of people came up to me too, like, EJ, you know, like, what's up? And then let them say their name. They're like, oh yeah.
But I don't know if you got out and like did anything different in Vegas this time. I did. I went to me and my girlfriend went to Area 15. She's been wanting to go to that like every time we go to Vegas. And we did that while everybody was at Atomic Golf. And then I had to go to Ben 702 in downtown Vegas and get those little gourmet sandwiches they make. It's like 6 for $20, so we split those. And still, like I said, I was very surprised by myself that I wasn't like, the only place I thought about, like, man, it'd be cool to get a drink, was when we went to Area 15, because you're in this big, like, pothead heaven where all these lights are going everywhere, and it's funny, like, funny shit's happening, and they got bars everywhere, on the inside, on the outside. I'm like, it'd be cool to drink in here since I can't, like, do drugs or anything. Like, that was really the only time, though. Every other time, it was just like, I have a bottle of water, glass of water.
They had like arcade games in there and stuff like that, right?
Arcade, it was like there was a mystery game going on, almost like an escape room type game where people had to figure shit out. It was an experience, right? Like they had to, and in the middle of them doing that, we're just walking around like discovering shit, like going in the rooms. And I was like, man, if I was a pothead, like I'd love this place. Like it was wild. That was fun. What else did we do? We went to Mandalay Beach pool for the first time. That was okay. Went to, anytime I'm hanging out with Robin and Tabitha in Vegas, they always find like little cool bar. They were staying at MGM, not MGM Grand, MGM Park MGM, yeah, which I thought was like I thought it was like a condo building that like rents out condos. I didn't know there was a whole fucking hotel with a casino and everything. We went to that bar over there and sat there. I had a fucking coffee. Had a coffee at 10 o'clock at night while they were all drinking. It's like, man, they not taking it easy on me. They like throwing the shit in my face now.
Was that Thursday or Friday?
That was Thursday night.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, Park MGM. I don't know if it's always been named that but I gotta go back and look. But it's been there for a while if it has been named that the whole time, but I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, man, I mean, overall, like you said, dope trip. You left Saturday night, we went to karaoke. I lost my phone somehow. Like literally I was just on it, and then like 2 seconds later I'm like, oh, where'd I put it down? And then I looked everywhere. It was too loud. I did the find my phone feature.
Yeah, you weren't gonna
couldn't hear
shit.
It, of course. Yeah. And then later on, after they closed, the manager answered it and said he had it. And so the next day, I got Mike. Is it Mulaney or I'm butchering his name.
Maloney. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Mike Mullally. I got it. Was able to pick it up and he shipped it to me. So I should be getting it by tomorrow. But
nice,
yeah, I didn't gamble, so I ended up losing a bunch of valuable shit. Good thing I'm getting my phone back. So I checked the bag in because I had a big bottle of Makers. I literally barely drank any of it. So I checked it in, and I flew in American but flew back Spirit. So Spirit, you got to check it. Even if you do the carry-on, you got to pay for that. So I said, let me check it in. I can keep my liquor, and I had a couple bottles of beer. And when I got off the plane, I noticed that a fucking couple expensive bottles of cologne was missing. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
No shit. Oh wow.
Hell yeah, and it's a discontinued version of Burberry that I liked that they took. It was a big ass bottle too.
That's fucked up. Did you file a claim?
I hadn't even thought about that. I guess I can. I mean, maybe they might reimburse me, but
you need to do that soon, because I mean, not that they can say, what took you so long, but still, like, they could be like, well, how do we know you lost it here if you waited 3 or 4 days to fucking claim it or whatever? I definitely jump on that, but that's fucked up. I didn't realize that.
Hell yeah. So because I could tell they went through my bag because they have to when you check it in, because they didn't even zip all my shit back all the
Why are they
way.
going through your bag when you check it?
Because you got to go through like flammables and all of that. They do it every time. It's not so.
Really? I never knew that. People
And
put locks on their bags. Like they're not supposed to go through your bag.
well, if you put a lock in it, I don't know how to get around that, but yeah, they yeah, it's like yeah, I'm surprised you hadn't experienced that. They definitely go through
That's
your bag
news
and
to
stuff.
me. I had no idea that they look in your bag when you check it. I just thought they threw it on the fucking plane. Like I thought
Yeah,
when they take it from you, they put it on the little thing to weigh it, and then they send it through the X-ray thing, and then they load it up.
they back there. They got even other agents to go through it because like
I think we lost EJ. Oh boy, he's frozen. It's the TSA. They're
next
fucking.
time I travel, yeah.
We lost you for a second, EJ. You might want to start your story over. Sorry about that. You said you were talking about going through TSA.
Uh, uh, that I gotta go even further when heard you talking about the cologne part of it, even further
Oh
back
no,
than
I'm
that.
just saying. You were saying they when I was like I didn't know they went through your bag or whatever, and you were saying that they always
Yeah,
do.
yeah. If you check it in, if I guess it depends on space, different circumstances. Like if they X-ray and they see like a big
Yeah,
liquid that looks mysterious, then they'll probably go through it. I don't think it's like every single situation, but there are times where they'll go through your bag to
that
make
makes
sure
sense.
it's so they got my ass. So next time I'm traveling with anything over like $50, it's coming on the plane with me either in my hand or in my little backpack that I got because I'm not risking that shit anymore.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I would definitely put a claim in for that. Fuck that.
And then also I going through TSA, I lost my earbuds as well, but
Damn.
good thing those weren't too because it had these like little bins with because I had pre-checks, but they had these little bins you could put your stuff in, and I was like trying to hurry, and I'm guessing when I was putting stuff back in my pocket, I missed that I didn't have it. But by the time I noticed, I was like about to board my plane. I'm like, shit, man. At least these earbuds weren't too expensive, so I just got to eat that. But other than that, it was a good trip. Besides the losing shit.
Yeah, that's wild. You said you didn't gamble. I did, and I was having an awful time. I take a certain amount of money out, and I'm like, all right, it's like a strip club, right? Like this is all I'm spending. Don't go to no ATM, none of it. If you lose it, you lose it. If you win, you win. So I had $100 left, and I was like, well, fuck. And my girlfriend was like, I was always losing when she was around. So when she was like, I'm gonna take a nap, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go gamble when she ain't around. I was still losing. So I was about to walk from the D to Circa. I was like, I got my last $100. I'm gonna like go over to Circa, see if my luck is better there. And I was walking past this other like little smoky casino that's like halfway in between. I walked in, they had a roulette table, and I just put 100 on black, and I hit it. So I then put 100 on black again, and I hit it. So now I'm up 300. So I start doing my bets, betting my numbers, and I'm killing it. Like just the luckiest streak I've been on. And like I've been on some lucky streaks before, not like this one. Like this shit was all luck. And the pit boss, she's like, hey, do you have a card here? I'm like, no. She's like, you give me your ID, I'll do it, and you can build your points up. I'm like, all right. Thought she was nice. About 15 minutes later, so I make $5 bets on every number, 35 to 1 odds, right? I bet 5 numbers. That's $25 a bet. So I'm betting $25 every roll. And when I win, I get $180 back. And I tip the dealer $5 every time. So I got up to like over $1,000. This bitch is gonna tell me, you already got $1,000. You can't tip him more than that. I said, I don't have to tip him shit. Like, I'm doing enough. I was like, do y'all tip me if I lose everything? Fuck no. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it kind of pissed me off. And I was like hitting bigger. I started gambling a little bit more. Like, then I started doing like 15 on a number and 20 on a number. Obviously, you gamble more, you're losing more. But when you win, you're winning more. So I won one. It was like 800 and something. And she's like, see, you should tip more. I was like, you know what? This is my last roll. I'm out of here. And I count my chips up, EJ. I walked in there with $100 and I walked out with 2,700.
Sounds like my type of
Yeah.
streak right there. So I remember you telling us the story, and all I could do is shake my head at it. What was she? Like, older woman, younger woman?
Older Asian lady.
Yeah, I mean, I guess older people have no filter. Like, who is she to tell you you need to tip more? That's why.
And you know, I follow like a lot of Vegas shit on like Twitter and stuff like that. Like people going to casinos and gamblers, and just like it's one called Las Vegas Locally. And a lot of times people talk about tipping, like somebody hit a jackpot of $100,000 and didn't tip the attendant. And I'm like, why the fuck would I tip the attendant? Like, all they did is come over and tell me I won and like give me a ticket with the money on there. Like, why do I need to tip them for that? Like, tipping has just gotten out of hand where people just expect it for doing nothing. Like I said, if I put all my money in the machine, nobody's going to come and give me more of it when I lose it. So when I win, like, why do I then have to tip the motherfucker that I need to call over? Like, that's his job.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes back to these workers probably do need the extra, but that means wages should be higher too. And I guess
Yeah, ain't my fault. Shit, I need extra money too.
Yeah, that's a problem that I don't think we're equipped to solve. So,
I definitely ain't solving it. Like I said, I tip when I do it just out of like, I feel like it's good karma and good luck. Like the person that's rolling the ball, like if they're rolling numbers that you're winning, like you tip them too. But yeah, that's fucking wild that people expect it and then get mad when it's not enough. Like, I don't have to give you shit.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, sounds like you made a little something out there.
Yep.
You're able to cash out, so that's always a good thing.
I got up Saturday morning. Was it Saturday? I think that was Friday. So I got up Saturday morning, and for my outdoor workout, I walked. It was like 0.8 miles to the Chase Bank that was over there, and deposited $2,000 in the bank, and then walked back. And then
Nice.
walked up and went to the donut shop, that little pink box donut shop. So Cavino's girlfriend Jordan, you know, she does that little crumble cookie review or whatever, where she takes one bite of it and like doesn't eat any more of it. So I went to donut shop. I was gonna get me a donut, my girlfriend one, but everything looked so fucking good. So I ended up getting like 6. So when I woke her up with it, I was like, I'm just taking a bite out of all of them. And I was telling Jordan about that when I met her, and they ended up going to the pink box also before.
That sounds like a double meaning or innuendo. The pink box.
I never even thought of that. That's funny. That's good though. I wish. Never mind. But that was good. Like I said, we met a bunch of people, and I flew home that Sunday, and then Sunday night I went to an indie show here in Metro Atlanta called Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. And I was surprised because I didn't look. I saw the flyer with Priscilla Kelly on it. I was like, okay, I'll go see it. But I didn't see who else was on it. And fucking Zach Wentz was there. And he ended up wrestling Carly Bravo from, I was going to say Top Flight. It ain't fucking Top Flight.
The infantry.
The infantry. Yeah. And his partner was there too. And they put on a match. Like, they put on a really good match. Yeah. And he's the Georgia something champion, and he ended up beating Zach Wentz. And I met your boy Zach Wentz. He can't fight. It was weird too because it was a meet and greet. I shouldn't say it was weird, but they were like, yeah, the meet and greet with Priscilla Kelly starts now. She came out and she sat on the ring apron, and he came out and sat with her. And like people were coming up to meet her and take a picture with her, and he was just kind of there hanging out. But
he's making sure nobody.
I mean, it's an indie show. Trashy fucking people here, like just trash. So she wrestled Robin Renegade, and I'm about to get rude. First off, I was in my seat, and these 4 people came and sat with us. and the person sitting next to me had a tank top on. And the first time they stood up and started clapping, all I smelled was fucking armpit and must. And I was just like, oh no. Oh no. I don't know if you've ever been to an indie show, EJ. They hook the chairs together. So like the chairs are right on top of each other. So I'm like sitting up, I'm covering my face, like trying to let this motherfucker know, like, you smell like shit. To the point where finally I was like, yo, you're going to have to quit raising your arm up, or like you need to change seats with one of your friends. Like, I can't even watch the fucking show. It's like, okay, I'm so they clap like this the rest of the time. And then I feel like an asshole, but it's like, I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just there watching the show. I shouldn't have to endure that. Like, I paid for a ticket for wrestling. I didn't pay to be fucking suffocated.
Well, now there are different levels of must. Now, was it like onions or was it like ass? Both are bad.
It was both. It was like onion ass. It was bad.
Oh, man.
Again, like, you could fucking taste it almost. It was so fucking strong. And there was an older couple sitting next to me. They were like, yeah, we didn't even know this building was here. They were cool. And then there was this group of like, again, I'm going to be mean, but when I tell you about how these people were, it's deserved. This like really fat trailer trash trio of hillbilly that was over here. The guy, now there's kids here. There's probably 100 people in here. We're all right next to the ring. You can hear everything. This dude's sitting there calling people motherfuckers and pussies and you're a bitch. You suck. And then he had this nasty fucking booger wolf that was with him. That every woman that was out there, she was calling every name in the book until Robin Renegade got out there. And Robin Renegade is whooping Gigi Dolan's ass. And she turned around and I can't remember what the lady said to her. And she was like, yeah, if I looked like you, a big fat piece of shit, I'd be upset at me too. And everybody goes, oh, like, and the woman, you think that's supposed to hurt my feelings? That don't hurt my feelings. And then she got even louder. And Robin Renegade turned around and she was like, is that supposed to hurt my feelings? She was like, it should. Look at you and look at me. And I was like, damn, Robin's on her ass. But she should be, right? Like, I don't know. It was just like, just trashy fucking people. And then this one guy that I've been at this place before. He's got his kids like running around, getting in the way and shit, like not controlling them. Like they're literally running in front of the ramp when wrestlers are coming out. And it's like, get your fucking kids under control, man. They're not part of the fucking show. But other than that, it's a good time. Priscilla Kelly got the win. It was like 8:30. They were like, oh, we're going to start intermission. I was like, intermission? I got to go to work tomorrow. We're about to bring the steel cage out and set that up. I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. So I got the hell on. Took a picture of Priscilla Kelly. Got an autograph picture from her 8x10. And it was a lot of fun. It was good seeing her in person. Boy. I'm not going to detail, but.
Well, it's a lot to unpack what you just said. First of all, who's in the steel cage match where you left?
I don't know. I don't know who the champion is. Actually, I do know. The champion was Joe Black. I actually have a video. It was Joe Black, who I've seen wrestle before, and Murder One. You ever heard of Murder One? Older black dude?
Nah.
He's wrestled Sabu, and he wrestled all the ECW guys. They won, and they had a fan jump in the ring and give him a bottle of Hennessy. So it's the blackest shit I've ever seen in my life. So he opened it up and took a shot, and then the guy that runs the place, so my chair was fucked up. So I was looking for somebody. I was like, hey, do you work here? He's like, yeah, I run this. And when he said he runs it, I thought he meant like he was in charge of ticketing and shit. Next thing I know, this is the motherfucker with the microphone, like doing the introductions and everything. And then he grabbed a cup and he got a little shot of Hennessy. White guy. So that was funny to watch that. But it was a good time, man. Indie wrestling's fun. It's also, you got to deal with fans that are trying to like get over and be a part of the show. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, man. You're not funny. You couldn't even get in the ring without fucking falling over, yet you're telling somebody they suck. Like, grow up.
And it's interesting the kind of crowd you said was there, because when you think of Georgia, you kind of think of people like that. But you're in Atlanta, and when you think Atlanta, you usually think of like people like us, like chocolate people.
Nah,
So are these people like traveling from like outskirts?
This was Metro Atlanta, so this is north of Atlanta by like 45 minutes. This is where my house was before I got divorced and moved. This was in Canton, Georgia. So we was in the sticks. The building we were in used to be a Dollar General.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And is it now? Did they transform into like a arena?
It was a Dollar General that was just cleared out with a ring in the middle and chairs around it. Like you could tell it used to be something else.
That sounds pretty dope that they were able to, make it their own to hold events and whatnot.
Yeah. What's up, Ali? Ali in the chat says, "What's up?"
Another thing I was thinking about, I just thought about it just now. So you got Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly, a lot of these WWE wrestlers that got released. It seems like they're going on the path of the indie scenes and grinding like that. But I've heard like through the grapevine that AEW isn't quick to pick up a lot of these free agents because, right now it seems like they got a lot of, good vibes and backstage and whatnot, and they're being more selective on who they pick up.
Yeah.
You think that's the way to go now for them?
I think if I'm like Gigi Dolan, or Priscilla Kelly, we'll use her. If AEW or TNA does come calling, I think I would probably take it. But for now, until they do, like, she's going to clean up on the indies. Like, she had a cult following before she got to NXT. I don't know if you were watching shit like that. You remember Joey Ryan, the fucking pervert dude that used to have like a dick flip as his move, and at All In he had like the penis druids and shit. He ended up being a big pervert though and got canceled. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he used to do a thing where he would flip people over with his dick. So she was trying to go viral, and she did a tampon thing where she pulled a tampon out and like shoved it down somebody's throat and clotheslined them. So she had built up a little cult following before she went to WWE. So people are probably excited to see her back on the indies.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing that AEW aren't picking up these free agents like automatically because, that'll show like, build some, a little clout and, build up some buzz before you go run into another big company and, prove yourself a little bit. Not that, like you said, they had names beforehand, but still, you gotta kind of get that buzz because sometimes, unfortunately, when you're in either company, sometimes you could, not get put on the shelf, but kind of fall in the background and your name is not as hot. So get yourself hot again, and one of the companies will come calling.
Yeah, I think there's levels to it, right? Like if you're Lashley, you don't need to go to the indies; you could just go straight to AEW. But when you're, Priscilla Kelly from NXT, you go make your money on the indies, or you're Shotzi, or who else was it? I saw
Tegan Presley,
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Presley. I'm thinking that's something else. Tegan Knox.
Well, she just opened up one of those sites, so. But I mean, hey, get your fucking money that way too, like which you probably couldn't do. Well, I guess you could because I think didn't Toni Storm have one, or she did.
I think AEW lets you do it to an extent.
Yeah,
I don't know
how far. Shit.
Exactly. But
Tony Khan's probably subbed to all of them.
Yeah.
With burner account, like burner accounts called Fuck Triple H.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Well,
that wouldn't be funny if
it's Fuck Triple H too, because I think that's my burner account actually. So he'd have to put a number behind his.
Tony Khan ended up being Vince 2.0. That'd be some shit.
I ain't say all that. I just said he's probably, checking it out. From a distance. Vince wouldn't do it from a distance. Vince be like, get up on the table now. Tony's right. Tony's just creeping, which is respectful, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, make your money however you can.
Yep.
Well, another thing, I know you said you got to catch up with SmackDown on your flight, but I guess it was the put through the table her around the world.
Oh boy.
John Cena loses to R-Truth by disqualification. You know, he's been doing that a lot lately. Then afterwards, CM Punk tried to be the knight in shining armor and come down and save the day. And John Cena put the work on him, put his ass to the table, jumped on the top rope, and what they say is supposed to be pipe bomb 2.0. What were your whole thoughts when you were watching this? Because you watched this while we were still in Vegas. I didn't get a chance to watch it until I got on the plane.
I watched the entire promo on the elliptical at Mandalay Bay. Had a gym. It was decent. But then there used to be a hotel called the Delano, but now it's called not Four Seasons. Is it Four Seasons? Anyway, it's connected to Mandalay Bay, and you can use their gym. And that gym was nice. So I walked over there, and no, I'm sorry, that's a lie. I didn't watch it there. I watched it at the D's gym, where I was on the elliptical. But yeah, I saw somebody had posted it. It was like, this is the entire John Cena promo. And I was like, fuck, I haven't watched SmackDown yet, but let me watch this. And as soon as he started, I was like, is he doing a pipe bomb? Like, making fun of him? But then he just went into business on CM Punk. And I, not pointing the fingers, but a lot of that shit John Cena said, I've been saying for a while. Punk is a hypocrite. He's overrated. He's been doing the same shit over and over for all these years. Cena even told him one time, he said, you got the 5 moves of promo doom or whatever he called it. Like, you've been living off the same promo since that night I made you. I was like, damn. And here's my question, EJ. You think any of that was like real? Like Cena really doesn't like that motherfucker? Or because a lot of shit he was saying had nothing to do with like storyline. Like calling him a hypocrite about Saudi Arabia, talking about how he hadn't done shit since the pipe bomb, about how people backstage don't like him. Like, there was a lot of shit in there that was walking that line of the fourth wall.
Yeah. I mean, I think he may have thrown like maybe a couple impromptu things in there, but I think for the most part, him and CM Punk were probably backstage writing that shit out together. I could see CM Punk getting a kick out of that, like kind of 8-miling himself and B-rabbing himself, and this is what people are saying about me anyway. I'll give it to you, John.
But I don't know that reference.
I thought it was a really good promo, but a lot of it was on purpose, just cut and paste on Punk's promo, which was the good thing about it. But some people are saying this is the greatest John Cena promo of all time. I think people are underrating John Cena's, skill to go back and forth. Because remember when he was going back and forth between The Rock? I remember going back and watching that stuff. I mean, I think I even tuned in when it was actually happening, even though I wasn't actively watching because I knew The Rock was back. So it was a great promo, and I think this is definitely the best thing he's done since turning heel. And I think this might be... Go ahead.
That's what I mean by, do you think this was one of those things? Because do you think this was him doing it like he did with The Rock? Like the shit he did with The Rock that shit wasn't planned. And that's what pissed The Rock off, was Cena started going off fucking script and The Rock wasn't ready for it. And it pissed him off. So I wonder if that's what this was. Like they had a plan to do one thing and Cena's like, nah, I'm gonna do my thing.
We all know with Phil Brooks, if Cena went into business with himself, even he might not be as wild as he was in AEW, but we would have saw it in our Twitter feed that, Phil was mad and Cena went too far off scripts. You don't think we would have heard that by now?
No, I think he knows that he's at his last chance. Like he can't say anything. He's neutered. Like, where's he gonna go? What, are you gonna go to TNA?
I think Tony's such a mark. He would be like, enough time's passed. Come on back.
I don't think so. I think Punk knows, like, this is where I'm gonna make the most amount of money. Like, I better shut the fuck up and do what these people tell me. I think he didn't have a choice. He probably didn't like it. He probably pulled Cena to the side, like, fuck you, that was fucked up. But yeah,
I think Cena is the utmost professional. I think he probably pretty much stuck to the script.
I don't think Cena's professional at all sometimes. Like, I think when people challenge him, like he did it with Roman, he did it with The Rock, he did it with who else did he do it with?
Theory.
Yeah, Austin Theory. Like Cena goes into business for himself a lot, and I think he probably could have did it now. Do I care? No, because it was CM Punk that it happened to. So it's funny to me. But I think Cena just fucking, I think he's had a grudge a little. Now, I don't know these people, but I think Cena's probably like, you cut one good promo in fucking 15 years and people always tell me you're better than me, but you're not. And Cena just fucking took what he did and did it better.
Yeah. I feel like some of those instances are like with Roman and Theory. There were instances where like, all right, you're supposed to be up next. Prove it to me. And the one with Rock, I think that was just a pissing contest. But he could have been going in a business with himself with Punk. But I haven't heard anything where they don't really get along backstage like that. So I guess we'll have to find out when they come out with the documentary in 10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cena and Seth Rollins are cool. And Seth Rollins really don't fuck with Punk.
Yeah, I know it's reality mixed in with Seth and Punk, but how much do you think that is? They, embellishing it a little bit. Where
nah, I think Seth really don't fuck with him. I think Roman don't fuck with him either, but I think Roman's like above all of it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Roman's getting paid like $12 million a year allegedly, so he don't give a fuck about nothing.
Shit, bring everybody back. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's making this money, but
I see y'all in August.
Yeah, allegedly. That's what they're saying. But yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the promo, but like I kind of was talking about earlier, is this the turning point where now we see Cena really ramp up this is a farewell tour? Because to this point, I hate his promo style up to this point where he is almost cartoonish, talking slow like a villain on a cartoon series. This was like the realest he's gotten. So you think this is like the turning point where we really see this farewell tour end with a bang?
That again makes me feel like it might have been something personal to where he said, yeah, fuck the character work and all that. Like, I'm about to let this nigga have it. And so I don't know. Next time we see him, he might be back to the robotic shit, like trying to ruin wrestling. But he just had to get his shit in with Punk because he's like, I ain't gonna have another chance. This motherfucker laying here on this table. He can't say nothing to me because they told him to lay his ass down there. I'm gonna get my shit in. And then next week, he's like, R-Truth. I'm ruining wrestling for you.
I hope not, but that might be possible. But at the end of the day, I know you enjoyed Punk getting served verbally, but do you think that'll affect the fans' reaction to him? Because I think not really, probably.
Yeah, I don't think so. People been sticking with this motherfucker for all these years. Like, one promo is not gonna make people turn on him. Like, they've dealt with his hypocrisy, his lies, his greed, all the shit that he does, and they just ignore it all. So,
yeah, I wonder if he's got something because they're supposed to be recording SmackDown. Is this supposed to air live? Because it's in Saudi Arabia SmackDown, so I know sometimes they'll air live when they go overseas. Well, I know with the Netflix, I know SmackDown's on USA.
I don't think it'll be live. I'm shocked that they're still going to Saudi Arabia. I really am.
What's going on in the Middle East?
Yeah,
I feel like they're putting people's safety at issue.
For wrestling, fuck that. And the wrestlers that are going, like, I don't know, what are y'all doing? Like, do they not give them a choice anymore? None of this TKO? Because Vince used to give them a choice. Again, I'm not trying to say Vince was better at anything, but they had choices when they first started this. If you didn't feel comfortable going, you ain't got to go. And some people didn't go. But now I just feel like they're like, we're doing this anyway. I don't know, man. I hope everything turns out fine. They get back safe, obviously, but I wouldn't fucking do it.
If I'm upper mid card or like main event level, I'm be like, I'm not going. And you know, with the laws and that, you can't have like retaliatory like fuck up my position in the company. And if you do, I could literally point this. All right, I was on this part of the card, and as soon as I said I wasn't going, no, they dropped me down. So I was like, man, I'm fearing for my safety over here. My black ass wouldn't be going over there.
Apparently, Dominic said he wasn't going. That's why he got ruled out of the match.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. Dominic said, you see all these hoes I'm getting, dog? I'm not fucking this up. I got a wife, 2 girlfriends, and a side piece.
Yeah, and I know that the show must go on, but like, at what cost at this point? Like, is everything all about the dollar? I know it is, but still, like,
Yeah.
you playing with people's lives and family. It's nasty work.
They can have that shit in Nebraska. It'll be fine.
Or just postpone it until things calm down a little bit.
Well, you can't postpone it just because wrestling just keeps going, but just have it somewhere else and do the same thing to them you did to New Orleans. Like, we got y'all on the rebound, dog. Like, once all this shit blows over, we'll come back.
Yeah, I'm not saying postpone the event, just postpone the trip.
Yeah.
Like, call it something else. Like, you do Night of Champions, like you said, in Ohio or Nebraska, and then come back in October and do another Night of Champions or September. Because I know they do have 2 shows a year. This is their first. So maybe they're the one at the clash, but still, it's still people's safety. Fuck if it clashes or not.
Yeah, that's wild. I figured we would wake up yesterday or today and they would announce they're not doing it there, but it looks like they're still going to it, man. And I mean, that's a big crew they're putting in, and these motherfuckers are firing missiles and shit like that through the air. Like, they don't give a fuck if it's a WWE plane.
Yeah, shit gets blown out of the sky, and now half of your roster's missing. Now what? All because what? I know it was a big ass deal. Was it $100 million or $10 million a year or something crazy? 500, but still.
Surely somebody had to put in there like, yeah, we'll come over there, but if the political climate changes on that side of the world, like, for our safety, we're not coming, and we'll give you that money back for that show. I don't know. You would think somebody would have been smart enough to put that in there.
Yeah, some type of clause where like you said, if shit is heating up, then we're not coming. And it's TKO. UFC was just over in the Middle East last weekend in Azerbaijan. So yeah, it's just they just see numbers at this point, like you said, and guess they don't really care about, and they're not employees, but their workers' safety. Crazy, man. So, besides them going, I mean, I guess we'll make predictions at the end of the show, but we've been barely touching on AEW the past few weeks because there's been a lot of shit going on with WWE. Did you even get a chance to watch Grand Slam Mexico?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
A little bit, so you didn't get to watch the whole thing?
No, I Wednesday night I flew out, and like I was telling you, I didn't know how to download the shit yet, and I was trying to watch it the next day, and it was just kind of going in and out. I saw bits and pieces of stuff, like I saw some of Collision with Moxley getting in Statlander's face when she. First off, Wheeler Yuta. Did you see the segment with Wheeler Yuta? He was talking to Statlander. She like threw him in the wall, and Moxley was talking to her. And when Moxley left, Wheeler Yuta fucking trots by in the background. Like, I don't know why that shit made me laugh like crazy. I saw MJF do his thing. Mercedes, she got another fucking championship, right? Like, what is that now? 6 belts?
7. She's at 7, I want to say.
Damn. She ain't gonna be able to carry all that shit. Maybe that's why she built that wagon up the way she did, because she knew she was gonna have all them belts.
It's gonna be hell getting through the airport with all those belts.
You better not check them. You saw what happened to EJ.
Yeah, exactly. It should be missing on top of somebody's coffee table.
I like Tony Storm's promo on Saturday. Collision. What else did I see?
So I like the whole like ambiance of the Mexico show. I can't
Yeah,
remember where they were for collision, but the ambiance when they're in Arena Mexico
that was dope.
and the fans were into it. I don't know if you got to see Mystico's entrance, but man, I thought that was one of the dopest entrances of the year so far. One of them.
Was it like Bad Bunny's
Apparently,
back in the day?
oh yeah, that's hard to top that one. But this one was up there too. And he's surrounded by his countrymen, and they're all singing in unison. And also, what about Hangman's promo cutting it in all Spanish? I didn't expect that.
And the whole time, I was just picturing that Stephanie McMahon meme
I forgot what was the
where it
name
says
again.
when a white woman has to say gracias when she goes to a Mexican restaurant. I was like, look at this motherfucker. He comes to Mexico and all of a sudden he speaks Spanish. No idea what he said. They could have put subtitles up or something for us.
Yeah, and Excalibur was trying to translate in real time, but it wasn't working. And I think they went back and translated it on their social media, but like you said, it would have been better if they did it in
That
real
broken
time.
ass
But
Spanish. Excalibur said, I can't figure this country ass Spanish out.
yeah, apparently, like he grew up with like people that work for his family, so that's how he learned. So hey, shout out to him for doing the whole promo in Spanish. I thought he was gonna only do like first couple sentences, but he did the whole damn thing in Spanish. Like shit. Shout out to Hangman for that. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a good vibe, and you think this should be like their little strategy because apparently they pretty much packed out and sold out the arena like maybe like once every 2 months or so go international
Maybe like once a quarter.
once a quarter.
Go have like
Yeah.
a week's worth of shows out there. Do Collision, do that, and do a pay per view. Kind of like WWE takes over a city now. You could do that too in like Mexico City. Have
Yeah.
fucking Dynamite, have Collision on Saturday, and then do the pay per view on Sunday, and let everybody come back home until Wednesday.
Well, I'm guessing like right now, if you think about it, they're on track to basically do like a quarter international because we're in Australia early this year, and now Mexico, and
But yeah,
going to London for Forbidden Door. I think was that July or so maybe.
Mm.
So hey, it's a good look for them switching it up and doing stuff like that.
we're just a couple
Like you
weeks
said,
away. EJ, are you all in?
what do you mean? Am I all in?
Are you
What do
all
mean by
in?
that?
You going to Texas?
Well, I guess the rabbit is out the hat. I will be attending All in Dallas.
I mean, I didn't know that was a. I was just asking. Like, I'm getting so many fucking friend requests now from Covino and rich
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I'm
I've been
like,
getting
I might need to make an announcement. Like, I may seem cool in person, but I'm pro-black.
yeah.
I'm anti-discrimination. I like guns and whiskey, titties, and don't like
Right.
motherfuckers that are bigots. So a lot of them might defriend me real soon.
Well, or vice versa. It's a simple fix. If you start seeing some bullshit on there, just click the unfriend button. It's just as simple as that.
There's a couple of them that I did that with before we went, and they tried to act real nice to me while we were there.
Fuck out of my face. With that.
Fake nice too, just so fake nice. Ugh. But it was still a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe doing it again next year. They've been talking on the show, so. Yeah,
So
might be-
EJ's all in. You got your ticket already, or are you waiting on that?
I got a flight, but I hadn't gotten my seats for the show, and the prices haven't been going up, and they actually want people there. They haven't been trying to price the fans out, so that's a nice thing.
That's why I'm all elite.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought about it, but I've been doing too much travel, and that's MLB All Star Weekend here in Atlanta. I know I'll have my daughter. I was actually talking to somebody with CNR. They may be here for All Star Weekend, and then I'm working on getting free tickets from my job. Originally, they told me yes, and then they sent me tickets for the UFC event that was here, and I didn't even know it. They sent me terrace level seating, free parking, the whole nine. So when I reached back out, I was like, hey, am I going to both nights of WWE? And the guy's like, oh shit, like, we thought you wanted UFC. I was like, no, it literally says in here WWE. He goes, we sent you UFC tickets, which I didn't know because I thought it was like a spam email because it came from the Hawks. And I click on it and I had 2 fucking tickets to the UFC when they were here. Had no idea.
You could have, even if you didn't want to go, you could have sold those off because I was looking at the prices and, you know, classic
Sold them off. I would have
faction.
went. I ain't never had free parking
yeah?
up there. Yeah, I would have went.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I watched the car. It was a solid car, so I think you would have had fun.
But-
Between who's been out there.
So now they're waiting to see it because we only get 4 tickets per night. He's like, it was, you know, a lot of people put requests in for it. I was like, yeah, but you told me yes, and you gave me the wrong fucking ticket. So he's like, I'm gonna try. I can't make any promises, so we'll see. But like I said, right now tickets aren't bad. Like to sit where my job would have gave me for Evolution, it's like $50 after taxes and everything.
For Evolution?
Yeah. I was looking at the pre-sale the other day. I didn't look at Saturday night's main event or NXT, but actually I did look. NXT was pretty pricey for center stage.
There's only like 100 people that sit there though, right?
It's like 300 maybe.
Yeah, that's expected. I would expect Saturday night's main event to be the more expensive tickets. You got Goldberg there, and you know you're going back to the same place the next night for Evolution, so maybe that's why they're a little bit cheaper. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd rather see Evolution. Like Saturday night's main event. Ugh, Goldberg. Wow. I mean, you paid $300 to see this motherfucker huffing and puffing and barely climbing in the ring for 3 minutes, and Gunther just beating his ass.
Yeah,
No
it's
thanks.
like it's a good thing and a bad thing. Good that we get to see him put out the pasture, but bad that he even get this opportunity. Like you said, he's gonna be huffing and puffing.
I think he might win.
Oh shit, man! If that happens, man, it's officially time to, you know, start really questioning Triple H. If that happens, I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna get close, but I don't think he's gonna win. Like then what? Because he said this is his last match allegedly. Then you gotta vacate the title and put it in a tournament.
I mean, if he wins, then he'll just wrestle again. It's not like wrestlers have never said they retired and they're staying.
Disgusting. I don't want to see it win. So let's pray to the wrestling gods that they don't do anything stupid and let Goldberg win. Ugh. Disgusting.
Well, they already took the belt off Jay, so.
Yeah, that's nasty as
Fuck they're
well.
doing.
Yeah, but what, Saturday night's main event, that's in 2 weeks?
Yep, July 12th.
Well, before then, they have a stop. I guess we could get into it. Let's go ahead and predict Night of Champions, and we could do street clothes and rankings and get the hell on out of here.
Let's do it.
Do you have it in front of you? I do if you don't.
I don't.
Night of Champions, like we talked about earlier, going down in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This whole 10-year deal they got is still up and going. And right now, this is more matches than they usually have over there. They got 6 matches listed on here. I'm surprised.
Yes, they got that weak ass Karrion Kross match on there. What, you know, I know there's like a couple people I follow that have been juicing Karrion Kross up for the longest. And now he's got all this like online and support, but like he's whack. Heck, when the bell rings, he's no longer interested. He's like the Wyatts.
Yeah, that whole debacle. Yeah, I don't know. The verdict is still out on him for me. Like you said, he's got a lot of fan support online. It's been seeping over into the arenas lately, but I don't know. I think one thing, the name is kind of throwing me off. I think something small, like a small tweak to your name, can do wonders. Because, like, how the fuck can you chant Karrion Kross? It's like an awkward name. Like, I know it's supposed to be family.
Karrion.
That's awkward. That's awkward.
It doesn't.
Like,
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
Killer
Let's
Cross
go
was
cross.
perfect.
Let's go. There you go.
Yeah,
let's go cross.
That's still awkward. Like, I know they try to be family friendly. He's not Killer Cross, but that's a perfect name to chant. But we'll see if it keeps carrying over. Like you said, I'm not, totally sold on him in the ring as well. But try something different. You can't just, keep doing what you're doing, especially when people haven't been the most thrilled with things since WrestleMania. So, yes, try something different.
And it's not like he's been that great. Like, ever since Adam Cole cut his balls off in NXT, like, he got exposed.
I didn't know it was Adam Cole wrestling circles around him. That's so long.
No, he had a promo with him, and he was like, "Look what they got to do for you. They give you the girl, they give you the music, they give you the entrance, they do all that just to make you seem like a big deal. You know what they do to me? They ring the bell." I was like, "Damn."
That definitely probably didn't help, but
a little bit.
I also think putting him in a GIMP costume on the main roster.
Oh my god!
That's
Didn't he have a ball gag in his mouth, or what? He had a mask on.
Yeah, some wild shit. That was Vince.
Vince was hiding in the open, dog.
Freaky ass dude, man.
He a fan.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's a good way to start. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. It's kind of random, but it's going down over there.
So I'm not gonna lie, I wanted Sami Zayn and Jay to be in the Cody and Randy's just way too predictable, and I don't think Cody's winning at SummerSlam. So I don't know. I felt like Sami and Jay had a better story with Jay possibly winning or Sami winning by cheating and kind of finally giving in to Karrion Kross. But now you're just going to have a match with Karrion Kross and Sami? Like, that's not that. We did all this for that just to get a match with Karrion Kross? Like, ever since Jay came out the night after WrestleMania, I thought Sami's going to turn on him. And he's been saying, I want to be world champion, the whole nine. And if Jay would have still had the belt or won King of the Ring, that gives Sami all the ammo he needed to turn on him. And I thought that would have been a way better story. Also, I'm tired of Super Cody.
Well, we still got to talk about that match. So you're going to put that on pause until we get there? Because I do got something to say about the Sami situation.
Sure.
I get what you're saying with Sami. That would, that makes sense, but especially when they were teasing it. But I feel like that's maybe getting a little bit too cute with it, because I feel like the built-in story is Sami being the underdog that, you don't think that could get the title, and then having them get it, I guess one day, who knows what that would be. I think it's a little bit underwhelming. It's happened a few times in the past. I can't even think of it off the top of my head. The fan favorite that he didn't get the belt, and then they turned him heel, and then they had him get it, and it didn't hit as good. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Maybe like a Booker T.
I'm sure it's happened
King Booker
plenty of times.
King Booker was entertaining, but
King Booker hit like hell though.
I said it was entertainment, but I don't know if he get like a huge pop when he won it. Imagine what he would have gotten if he would have beat Triple H at WrestleMania.
Well, he was a
19.
heel. Yeah, you're right, but he was a heel when he won, so he didn't start getting pops until after he had won the world title, and people were like, "Oh shit, King Booker's that guy." Yeah, I think Daniel Bryan, his first title run, he was a heel when he cashed it in, but I don't think people didn't cheer, but it was a Money in the Bank cash, and people always cheer for that. But I don't know. I feel like the story would have been better that way, but we got paint by numbers Cody and Randy Orton, the student versus the teacher.
And then that's one I could think of. Remember how hot The Rock was right after he got out of the Nation, like fish grease, and then they had to do the whole swerve thing at Survivor Series. And
yeah, but it led to the corporate champion, and that shit was money.
Yeah, so that was kind of like a double-edged sword, but still, it's other examples that I'm just not thinking off the top of my head. But I don't know. Sammy's just kind of there right now.
I think now Rock did go heel, and he was dope as a heel, but I think there was some politics backstage with that because I think Rock was on his way to being more popular than Stone Cold was when he was a face. And
Yeah, like I was say, like he was in a triple threat match in a steel cage. Like he was like fans were giving them all types of crazy ass chairs, and like you said, maybe it was because they wanted to keep Stone Cold in that spot for a while longer, and they were kind of like on a collision course at that point. But yeah, I mean, like you said, sometimes it's just politics. But did you pick somebody for this match? 'Cause I don't think I have.
I'll go with Karrion Kross. I mean, you're going to put him on TV. I just want you to watch him wrestle. It's not going to be fun.
Why was he so popular on the indie scene? Because it was like, I remember when he came in as Killer Kross, they were like, this is a monumental signing and how big he was. I had like a little blind spot when he was in TNA. I didn't watch a lot of his TNA stuff.
I think he'd be great in AEW because he'd be bigger than a lot of the people there. He wrestles this big man style, but if you stand him next to Roman's like, I'm not settling for you like that. Like, you're a little twink. But compared to smaller people that he was wrestling with on the indies and shit like that, he could wrestle that big man style, so it looked like he was actually killing him. Also, I don't mean to talk shit about the guy, because everything I've ever seen, the dude's a really good dude in real life. So,
that's what I heard.
Maybe that's why he's got such fanfare. I have no interest in watching him wrestle.
I'm gonna go with Sammy just because where they're wrestling at. If it was anywhere else, I would pick Karrion, but I think they want to please the fans over there, so I'm gonna go with Sammy. Next up, I didn't know this was a match on there. Street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez.
Rhea.
That's it. It's Rhea. No thoughts on it.
I don't know. I don't like either one of them, so not really.
Really don't. I don't know. I'll be nice. I just think that Raquel hasn't really been connected, and now that she doesn't have Liv to be her muscle, I won't say she's gonna be exposed, but
she's gonna be exposed.
She might. I never got why she got called up when she did get called up. Cause I don't know. I feel like she doesn't really connect with the fans like that, and she could be a little clunky at sometimes. You know,
I
hate talking like I'm an insider, like I know how to wrestle, but I still have eyes, and I can see when stuff is fluid and whatnot. And yeah, but we talked about Rhea cooling down a little bit, but it seems like lately the fans have been really getting excited when she's been coming out lately. Maybe because it hasn't been really forced down our throats as much as lately. Then
I mean, she's always been, I don't know, she's always been popular. Like when people see, she always gets a pop when people come out there. But I'm shocked that the way she was booked for WrestleMania, people haven't turned on her. But I guess maybe she's Teflon now.
Maybe, but yeah, I got Rhea in this one. However she wants to win it. Next up, Jacob Fatu, your champion, defended against his cousin, Solo Sikoa, for the United States Championship.
I got Solo.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
New United States champion.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's gonna happen?
I don't know. I got a feeling Solo's gonna win.
Really? I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, and not to say Solo's like a scrub or anything, but as hot as Jacob is right now, you think now's the time to take the belt off of him?
I think it's a good time to take the belt off of him now just because you don't want him to seem... He's a babyface now, right? So he can't be just indestructible. You got to put him in a little bit of peril, and then maybe he gets the belt back at SummerSlam.
So it's going to be by nefarious means probably then.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I don't think he's going to win fair and square.
I don't know. I think I'm sticking with the track record of how these overseas shows have been basically glorified house shows, and I'm gonna stick with Fatu with this one. Um, I do think it's gonna be some interference. Some reason I think Fatu is gonna be able to overcome it. And then like, we're not dirt sheet guys, but didn't Hikuleo was he on like main event or something? Like what the hell is he at?
Yeah, he's been on main event a couple times. So he's definitely there. He's in the building. They're getting him ready. He didn't go to NXT, so with him going straight to main event, I think maybe that's how Solo's gonna win. Who knows? Where the hell's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa? Are they still hurt?
It hurt. Bad luck. Is this so? Like, has the bloodline storyline just quietly?
Oh yeah, that shit's over. I don't even think they call it the bloodline anymore. He just Solo just says my family now. He doesn't say the bloodline.
Man, that was a hell of a run, man. 2020 SummerSlam to
damn near 5 years.
Well, I guess it ended when the Tribal Chief match. I guess him and Roman and Netflix. Wow. Hey, I don't think it'll be anything that goes that long. People always put it against NWO, but if you think about it, NWO did have a bunch of bullshit, even though wrestling was as hot as it was at the time. But
and they just kept bringing the NWO back and putting random fucking members in. You can't do that with the bloodline. It's got to be family.
That Silver and Black NWO was not good. But I digress. Let's get to the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring finals. We'll kick it off with the women. You got Asuka versus Jade Cargill. Winner goes to face the respective champion at SummerSlam.
I'll let you go first on this one.
I think some bullshit is gonna happen, even though Asuka doesn't need it. I think maybe Naomi comes and sticks her head just because they want to keep Jade strong. But I got Asuka going to face Io at SummerSlam.
Oh, I was thinking about that because Asuka basically was like, "Bitch, I don't know you." Last night, she was talking about damage control. She was like, "We ain't in damage control no more. I want the belt." But I think this is gonna be predictable. I think Jade will win. Jade will fight Tiffany at SummerSlam, and she'll probably win and then get cashed in on, or Naomi will cash in the middle of it and she'll never get the belt. But yeah, I think SummerSlam, no matter who wins, Naomi's walking out with the belt.
Yeah, I can see that happening as well. I feel like this one is definitely more of a toss-up than the men's final. But so if that happens, will they still go a roundabout way of having Io defend against, I guess, somebody, because they got 2 nights of SummerSlam and they got to fill out the card somehow?
She'll probably still get Asuka.
But now that you think about it, what if they try to get Rhea in there?
Yeah.
And then how much longer does Bianca have until she's cleared?
I don't know. She had a broken finger. You'd think she'd be back by now. Wasn't she on TV a couple weeks ago, or am I crazy?
She was, but she just cut a promo. And I think she came out like in a sling or something when she was in Tennessee. They were in Knoxville.
Okay.
So I guess she's probably just chilling right now. But so you got Jade and I got Asuka. Moving on to the men's final. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Winner goes to face the respective brand world champion, but they're both SmackDown, so they face John Cena if he's still a champion at that point. And I guess you were saying earlier, paint by the numbers, mentor versus mentee, Randy and Cody. But I remember talking about it last week, and you were like, Jay and Sammy, that would be good storytelling. But I'm like, man, I think they're just gonna go the lazy route and do Cody versus Randy and have the scenario we just were talking about. The mentor.
Well, Triple H is a lazy booker.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue against that, but I don't think he's in trouble losing his position. Do you think he is?
I'm about to tweet the Rock right now. Rock, you got to save us, dog. What Rock said at WrestleMania, I would have booked it a little different than what he did, but that was absolute dog shit. Biggest WrestleMania ever, and that was your main event. Like, you lost all credibility.
Yeah, that motherfucker threw everybody under the bus. It would have been different. But, I mean, we just did Randy and John at Backlash. Like, I feel like this is
we just did Cody and John at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but...
And honestly, Orton versus Cena was better.
Both of them were a bunch of... a lot of overbooked chaos. But, yeah, I would pick Randy over the Cody winning. But... Well, I'm going with Cody, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Super Cody's definitely winning. That match last night really pissed me off. Not because he won, just how he won. Like,
Yeah.
what did Jay hit him with the crossroads. He kicked out. So then Jay kicked him in the face. Then kicked him in the face again. Then speared him. Then moved him to the middle of the ring. And by the time Jay got to the top rope, Cody jumped up there and hit a diamond cutter on him. Like, you don't sell? You just got kicked in the face twice, hit with your own move, and got hit with Jay's move. And you get to the top rope before he does, and then hit your move. And I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way. It was a really good match, though. Like, but it also proved to me that, like, the Jay Uso thing is over with. Like, he's back to the mid card. Like, he got the world title. They treated him like a little buddy while he was in the main event scene. And now he just... 2 out of 3 weeks he's lost now. Cody ain't lost but like 3 matches the whole time he's been back. Jay's lost twice in 3 weeks.
Then they kind of do the same thing for Rey Mysterio. They're like, we'll give you the world title, but we don't view you as the guy.
I don't remember how long Rey had it. I remember one time he had it and Cena took it from him the same night.
I wasn't watching during that time. For some reason, I saw that. For some reason, like pretty much when it happened, that it didn't like CM Punk come back at the end of the night or something like that.
I can't remember the particulars of it. I just remember like
he won it, and then Punk came back. It was like the whole I think that's why I was watching, because there was a lot of buzz from the pipe bomb. I'm like, let me see what's going on over there. And then Punk came back, and they had 2 world titles at the end of the night. Yeah, so. Yeah, basically similar situations, and I don't know, man. Fans haven't turned on Cody yet. We saw a little bit of its head poking out when he was going against Cena at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's gonna win at Mania. I mean, at SummerSlam.
Think about how they brought him back, though. Mm-hmm. They kept him off TV, and they brought him back to help Jay, and then teamed him with Jay. Like, they basically used Jay Uso's popularity, because who's going to boo Cody coming back to help Jay Uso?
Yeah, but that's the smart way to do it, though, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm just saying, like, so right now we don't know yet. Like, he hadn't really been on his own until this past week, and they were both. I was listening to Wade Keller, and they had a guy that was in the building call in, and he was like, it wasn't quite 50-50. It was more people were cheering for Jay than were cheering for Cody. They both got cheers, but the crowd was more pro Jay. And I was like, damn, I wouldn't have expected that. I would have expected like maybe 50-50 or 60-40 Cody. I wouldn't have expected somebody to call in and say that the crowd was more pro Jay than pro Cody.
So I think the glow of WrestleMania 40 and a year-long title run kind of worn off of Cody at this point. So at WrestleMania 40, for those that are listening, I'm putting my hands up. He was up here, and like now he's slightly right here. So it all depends on like matchups at this point. If he's if he's against people that people don't really care about, he's gonna get cheers. But like, you gotta be kind of like careful who you pair him up with, because if he goes against like a CM Punk or even against a Jay, like in a long-term feud or like medium-term feud, they're gonna pick like a Punk or a Jay over him. So I think they got to be careful of who they pair him up with.
Yeah. I got Cody.
Yeah, I got Cody as well. But yeah, that's not a champions. It's gonna be
What about Cena
on.
and
I guess
Punk?
like, ah, shit. I'm glad. My bad. Yeah, can't forget about that. John Cena versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. What if though? If they go against the grain and put it on CM Punk?
They're not. Cena's keeping that belt till he's gone.
Don't you think it'd be like interesting if they were like unpredictable and have him lose it and then have him win it back again before this little tour is over?
EJ, what did we say about Triple H just like 3 minutes ago? He's a lazy booker.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't think Gunther would win it.
That was his plan the whole time. We've talked about that too. When he's got a plan, he sticks with it. He gave Jay the here nigga damn title run. Like, yeah, we'll let you get a run with it, but in 51 days that shit's going right back to Gunther so we can get to Goldberg.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah. But he's gonna kick it.
We're having some technical difficulties with EJ's internet. He's going in and out. So, as much as I hate to do it, we will end the show now and try to get that rectified. But enjoy Night of Champions. Enjoy all your pro wrestling this weekend. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who won their first NBA championship. And for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been Boot to the Face. Peace.